Hello, everyone. If you landed here, you landed on Let's Talk News, and I'm your host, Leticia Remauro, and I want to get right into it. Um, Make America Great Again, Inc. That is the Trump super PAC. That is, you get 1,000 texts and emails and whatever else asking you to give money. Don't give it. Give it to Make America Great Again, Inc. We don't need WinRed. We don't need the House. RNC. No, don't give any money to them. Make America Great Again, Inc. I actually have to, I just thought of it. I should go look up the website, but we'll get there. Hello, Kevin. How are you from the other side of the earth? Thank you for joining us tonight. Hello, Francine. Good to have you. Angela Rick is with us. Hello, darling. And Kevin Young and Andrew Dorman. Hello, and happy Wednesday to you. I'm just pissed. I feel like I'm in a permanent state of pissed. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I feel like I'm in a permanent state of pissed, and I've had it. I've had it with the Democrats. I've had it with the Republicans. I've had it. So I've decided that if there are any independent people out there people who would want to run as an independent, not affiliated with the party, for any congressional seat or any Senate seat, I will help you. I'll advise you. I'm done. I'm done. I mean, there's obviously a few good Republicans out there. Okay. There's a lot of good Republicans out there, but the majority that have been there, for more than 10 years have to go. They have to go. They cannot stay. We need to get rid of them. And the Democrats for sure have to go, except for Fetterman, because I like Fetterman, because Fetterman is the only sane one in there. We used to have Manchin and Sinema, who I used to like a lot, and they're not here anymore. So, yeah. If you want to run, let's do it. But, take off the moniker, take off the Republican or Democrat moniker. And I'm going to tell you what, if you run as a blank, as a not affiliated with a party, and you take up most of the MAGA stuff that is going on right now, you will win. You will win because people are fed up with both parties. Hi, Susan Durema. I was talking to a family member who's a Democrat, and she said to me the other day, do you think that if somebody other than Trump did what Trump is doing, that people would support it? Because I really do support, she was saying, I really do support the things he's doing. I like the things he's doing, but I just hate him. I don't like him. He just rubs me the wrong way. And you know what? My answer to her was, people have done, what he's doing right now, and nobody said boo. As a matter of fact, people applauded it. So that's what's going on. So I really believe if we just run people without a party affiliation, but instead a platform, that they can get rid of all the incumbents. I think that. Hi, daughter, for going out of your way to make one of my most favorite dinners. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. That's why my hair looks like this. I was over a steaming pot of octopus. Hello, Karen. Good to have you. So if you know anybody who is fed up and really wants to run for office, I mean, I know Centillion was asked to run, and he said it often here that Republicans, they're all a joke in Hawaii. And I don't disagree with him. I mean, I know that the majority were a joke in New York. I was one of the only consultants that ran every race to win, even though the odds were stacked against us. And every once in a while, we pulled one out of our hat because we always ran to win. And we came damn close a lot of times, which made, every time you move the ball forward is better for the people and the party and better for the opportunity to change things up. Speak of the devil, and here he shows up. Aloha, bracing for our big storm here. Just finished our state elections meeting. Oh my God, corrupt. I just called your name, Centillion. I just said how you talk about how the Republicans there are a joke and corrupt. And I just think it's time for everybody to run as not affiliated with the party, because the majority of Americans are unhappy with both parties. And I know that, I mean, the Republicans have the House and the Senate, and they can't pass a bill. Because we have dicks like Tom Massey, like Rand Paul. I mean, but especially Massey, because he's just contrary just to be contrary. It's never based in anything. Just absolutely ridiculous. So I think that it's time for independence. I think it's time that I mean, and I'm a Republican boy, and it just kills me. We need to shake up DC. Melania, the movie was fantastic, and we'll purchase the movie with pleasure. Yeah, I agree. We enjoyed it, ourselves when we went to go see it. So anyway, what's got my knickers in a knot is this whole Thune thing, this whole Save America Act, and the fact that Thune won't do what he has to do to pass it, and the fact that um, you've got the Democrats out there lying. I mean, more than usual lying, like blatant lying about what it will do to America. And you have stupid Chuck Schumer saying that people will be tossed off the voter rolls. Yeah, if they are not born in America, if they're not an American citizen, if they can't produce their citizenship papers to show that I am an American citizen. See, like if you're registering to vote for a federal election, let's here. I'm gonna pull it up. Okay. Let's see the key. The la 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 la. I think it's this one. Okay. Here is what the SAVE Act requires. Documentary proof of U.S. citizenship for voter registration. States are prohibited from accepting or processing any voter registration application for federal elections unless the applicant provides documentary proof of U.S. citizenship at the time of his application. So this amends the National Voter Registration Act of 1993, which currently does not mandate such proof. Voters affirm citizens under penalty of perjury. So there is already an established act, a federal act that's out there that we have been working under since 1993. So acceptable forms of proof: U.S. passport, certain photo IDs compliant with the Real ID Act that indicates citizenship through note debates or on whether standard real IDs always show this. Military ID combined with service records showing U.S. birth. Specific tribal or Native American cards. Other evidence via an alternative state established process for those without listed documents. Applies to all federal elections. In-person requirement. Emphasis. Many versions stress that proof must often be presented in person, effectively limiting or eliminating mail-in and online registration without accompanying documentation submissions to elected officials. Additional safeguards in some versions, later iterations, Save America Act variants add requirements like strict photo ID to vote in federal elections, processes for name changes, and potential criminal penalties for election officials who registers voters without proper proof. Alternative process: states must create an alternative method for applicants to submit other evidence of citizenship if they lack the primary documents. Okay, so the state still can create an alternative to that what was listed there as what's needed. So this acting like women can't figure it out, blah 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 blah. All that needs to be happen is that you go down and register to vote just like you go down to the DMV. And the likelihood, I mean, so what's the big deal? You go to register your car in person. You can't send somebody else to register your car. So you go to register yourself. If it's that important to you, you'll go to register. And you bring your birth certificate if you got married, your driver's license, and if you got married, your marriage certificate to show here's who I was born as. Here's my marriage certificate. Here's my driver's license. There you go. All right. Now, almost 100% of Americans have a birth certificate. Almost 100%. Okay, so the claim, some research institutions are saying that some minorities might be disenfranchised because it's hard for them to get a birth certificate. Why? Because a copy of a birth certificate costs money. Now, why a minority? It doesn't cost $500. It doesn't cost $1,000. It doesn't cost $1 million. But there are poor white people and poor black people. So both. There are poor men and poor women. Both. So it costs $5. But here's my solution to the whole problem. Make it free. Why are you charging me to get a copy of my birth certificate? You can have a copy of a certified copy of your birth certificate sent to you free of charge. One, if you can't keep hold of your birth certificate and keep it in a safe place, so that, unless you have a fire or something, and then if you have a fire, go prove that you had a fire and you lost your documents, and then you can get it for free again. But if it's for free, and if you have your birth date and your other stuff to prove who you say you are, you go down and you get a copy of birth certificate, or you go online and get a copy of birth certificate. Make it free. Oh, so why would that be disenfranchising anybody? Why can't the states just make it for free? I don't understand. Makes sense to me. Then we solve the whole fucking problem, don't we? And we shut Schumer up. It's laughable now what they're doing. It's laughable. It's true, if you weren't born here, you are not a U.S. citizen if you did not come here legally. That is correct. And those are the people who can't vote. But if you were not born here, if you were born in Australia where Kevin lives, and you immigrated to America, is it immigrated or emigrated? Immigrated. If you immigrated to America, like my father did, I have his papers still. I should have brought it for the show. Naturalization papers. He came when he was 6. Guess what? He was 6 years old when he came here, and he died in 1995, and his family still has his naturalization papers. And if we lost them, when he was 6, it was, what was it, 19? It was right after the war. When was he born? 39? So it was 1945 he came. And we have his original naturalization papers. And if we didn't, we could get them. Because guess what? The Office of Immigration and Naturalization has them. The only way we wouldn't be able to get them is if they lost them. And then that's a whole nother story, right? Hi, Gloria. How are you? Hi, Gary. How you doing? You guys got me on a night because I'm like twisted. I'm twisted. But if you're too stupid to figure out how to get a birth certificate, how to change your name, how to legally make all the dots connect to that I was born Leticia Nastasi, I was married to Robert Remauro, I changed my name to Leticia Remauro, so I would need my birth certificate, my marriage license, my photo ID. Here you go. This is who I am. And when I vote, I need my photo ID. If you're too stupid to figure that out, then do we really want you voting in an election? If you can't figure that out, you're going to figure out how to vote? Could you even register? Could you register your car? Could you open a bank account? Do you know how to do those things? I don't know, man. I don't know. Hi, Ann. How are you? Good to see you. If you're that stupid, then don't vote, because you'll probably vote for the wrong person. If you're that stupid, will you even make it to the polls? Will you even want to vote? Do you want to go through that hassle? If you don't, I am so tired. I'm so tired of being punished for people who do the wrong thing as a citizen, as an American citizen. I'm so tired of being punished for people who do the wrong thing. Because the only people that follow these laws that are made are the people who follow laws. Criminals are not going to follow. I don't give a shit how many fucking laws you make. A criminal, by its very nature, is not going to follow those rules. So we get punished as citizens who, if you screw up or trip up or make a mistake, right, you get the ticket, you pay for the ticket. If you're like somebody who is a criminal, you get a ticket, you ball it up, you throw it out, you don't care. You drive without a license, you don't care if they revoke your license. You drive without insurance, you don't care. You drive drunk, you drive without anything. But it's us. It's the ones that follow the rules that get penalized. So I'm tired of it. I really am. And I'm also tired of sinking to the lowest denominator. Because people are too stupid to do something, we can't make it intelligent. I.e., look at Washington. People are too stupid to do it, and that's it. Look at my comment here. Okay, what's your comment? What did I miss something? What did I miss? When I was ranting? No, I didn't see anything else. Santillion, I'm sorry. At any rate, so that's the SAVE Act, okay? So that's the key components of the SAVE Act. Now, let's hear from John Thune for a minute. Or should we hear from Chuck Schumer? Let's hear from Chuck Schumer. I think it's important that we hear from this stupid asshole.
Yesterday, Donald Trump posted that he will not sign any legislation, no matter how important, until Congress sends him the SAVE Act, and a beefed-up SAVE Act at that. The SAVE Act is nothing more than Jim Crow 2.0. It is a voter suppression bill. It takes away vote by mail. It makes it harder for people to register and would require states to hand over voter rolls to election deniers at the Department of Justice. The real damage here is not when you show up at the poll to vote and ask for ID. It's the registration. They ask every state for their voter rolls, and a Musk-inspired Doge voter ID using AI would be used to take tens of millions of people off the voting rolls, and they're not even told. They show up at the voting place on Election Day. They say, sorry, ma'am, sorry, sir, you're not on the rolls. Why? Because of this Doge thing. It's outrageous. It is Jim Crow all over again. And now he says he doesn't even want vote by mail. Tell that to handicapped people. And to register, when they kick you off, you have to show up in person, only 5% do, and you have to show a passport or an original birth certificate. Very hard for people to obtain. It's outrageous. Outrageous.
Okay, so let's take that a little bit at a time. This Doge thing that uncovered billions of dollars in fraud, that Doge thing that uncovered all of the illegitimate shit that was going on in the voter rolls. Oh, what? You don't want to give the federal government the voter rolls? Because they're the only ones that can actually match up whether somebody is a citizen or not. Because it's all bullshit. I mean, they don't give your Social Security files to Board of Elections to check. They ask you for the last 4 of your Social Security number, supposedly to make sure you're a citizen. But they can't cross-reference that. There's only one entity that can, and that's the federal government. That's number one. Number two, you can vote by mail if you are military, if you are going on vacation, if you are handicapped. You can vote by mail, but you can't send out, like California, millions of ballots, and whoever sends one back, that's fine. You can't do that. Like Arizona, 750,000 ballots went out, supposedly to people, were returned by people who there is no record that it was ever sent out to them. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because in Arizona, in 2020, there was a origination of this ballot went to this person, and then the person voted the ballot and then sent it back. But 750,000 of them, there was no tracker, no origination from the Board of Elections that it was sent out. That's a problem. That's the kind of vote by mail that's not going to be allowed. And in person to register, why not? Why not? You can't just start signing people up willy-nilly. What if I wanted to overvote? What if I was a nonprofit organization like the one I showed you yesterday, which was Building a Better California, where the people who were collecting those petition signatures and fraudulently collecting them. And those videos have gone viral, so you might have all seen it. But let's just say I register hundreds of thousands of people. Let's say I have an operation. Just make up names and just send them in right now. And sign signatures. Oh yeah, I swear to God, it's true. I'm me, and I'm a citizen under, possible perjury. Are we kidding? We don't think that shit like that happens? And then request an absentee ballot, and you never ever see that voter? That voter never comes in person? Oh, and we know it happens because we know that there are people registered in Georgia, to 150 of them in a single family home using one address. We know that the same is in Arizona. We know that the same happened in Nevada. No, man. 80% of Americans want some sort of voter ID. The Save America Act is just perfect. No problem. No problem at all. Let's see. Okay. Robert has great comment. He is above Andrews. Andrew Dorman. Oh, got it. During the meeting here, there was 2,500 testimonials submitted. Oh, wait, hold on. During the meeting here, there was 2,500 testimonials submitted and were on Zoom. Guess what? They ignored it and can't make a decision on how the audit should be handled. They want the state AG to decide instead of we, the people. Get the fuck out of here. Holy shit. Thank you for helping me find that comment. And thank you for that comment. That is insane. Insane. See, this is why these audits have to happen. This is absolutely why these audits have to happen. Sad thing is, these idiots can't chew gum and walk at the same time. And they can. They're corrupt MFers. That's the problem. And if they're talking about their constituents, yeah, they're all high. They're just all out there. Who knows? Liar Schumer, shut your idiotic mouth. You lie too much. Chuckles the clown. Absolute lying. Okay, got that one. Absolute lying to people's faces. Is Thune up for re-election? Good question. Somebody Google that for me because I'm way behind and I got stuff to tell you. These oldies won't retire because their agenda isn't finished yet because they haven't made enough millions, Kevin. So that's what we need to do is to run independents against them. State HE doesn't know our state constitution, let alone she is under investigation for taking a bribe. Oh, that's right. I remember that. Oh my God. They're all in the boat together. Their corruption is so insane. They wanted all the illegals that came into America to vote and get away with it. That's because it's been shown and proven that when you are a migrant, you generally vote with the Democrat Party or with the left party. Okay, listen to what Thune has to say about this.
Do you run a risk of being on the wrong side of President Trump in your resistance to do this talking filibuster, tying the Senate in knots for weeks?
We don't have the votes either to proceed, get on a talking filibuster, nor to sustain one if we got on it. But that is just a function of math, and there isn't anything I can do about that. I mean, I understand the president's got a passion to see this issue addressed, as we all do.
Does he understand that, though?
Well, we've conveyed that to him, but we will continue to make that argument because I think it's important that everybody understand that this really is about the votes, it's about the math. And I'm for better or worse, I'm the one who has to be the clear-eyed realist about what we can achieve here. And so we'll continue to convey that. And I think that we're going to have the fight on the floor. We're going to vote on this. We're going to put it up, and we'll give the Democrats the opportunity to cast their vote on whether or not they think non-citizens ought to vote in American elections. And so that debate will happen. But like I said, I can guarantee the debate. I can guarantee a vote. I just can't guarantee an outcome.
Do you think
I just can't with him. Let me I'm going to show you how we can guarantee an outcome. Okay, I'm going to show you because we know we have Fetterman. Okay, here's a clear breakdown of why, based on current Senate procedures and recent. Okay, sorry, hold on, stop. Okay, here are the two ways that Thune can't do it because right now you need 60% of the vote, and we only have 53 Republicans. Okay, so we can't do it, but we could go the nuclear option. The majority could vote by simple majority to change or eliminate the filibuster for the bill for all legislation, allowing passage with 51 votes. Thune has explicitly said Republicans, quote, do not have the votes to do this, calling it unrealistic. Bullshit, because you can get it done. And then talking filibuster maneuver. This involves forcing Democrats to actively hold the floor with continuous debate, a real old school filibuster, instead of the modern silent or procedural version. If Republicans maintain quorum and unity long enough for Democrats to exhaust themselves or relent, the bill could advance to a simple majority vote without needing to go 60 for the cloture. Okay, so in other words, if you can get 50 plus 1 to vote on suspending the rules, okay, of debate, then that's called a nuclear option. Then you can get it passed with 50 plus 1. Or you can do the oral filibuster, which is a lot more difficult. He doesn't want to change the rules because he thinks that it'll be undermining democracy, because he doesn't want to be the one to change the rules to get things done, because he'll be setting a precedent so that Democrats will do that in the future. Wake the fuck up. Democrats are going to do that in the future, and they'll be doing it sooner than you want in 2026 if you don't take care of business now, John Thune. I can't even with this guy. What a fucking asshole he is. I really can't. All right. Their corruption is so insane. Yes, we read that one already. All right. John Thune, not re-election. His term ends January 2029. Thank you, Angela. Angela is my right hand always. I have, and my friends have been fighting this 2020. Getting to happy ending may be in sight here. Our elected officials are running scared. Crazy Maisie, we are not be reelected if we can get an audit done through the election committee. Oh, I pray that you can do it. I really do pray that you can do it. These audits are happening all over the place. And, of course, the mainstream media aren't discussing them, but they are happening. And we are seeing a lot of the things that Rudy Giuliani and others had told us was happening in the 2020 election, but that the judges and the news and everybody kind of fought against. Listen, the people have to speak. I know that I feel cautiously optimistic about what's going to happen in 2026. I feel very optimistic in what's going to happen with this conflict in Iran. I have been listening to a lot of the economists and a lot of people who handle a lot of money, and they all believe that the gasoline was a blip, and that it will go back down, and it'll go down even further than it was. They believe that Trump has this war in hand. They believe that we are going to finally resolve the problems in the Middle East with these Houthis and Hamas and all of them. It looks like the Middle East countries are going to start fighting back on their own against Iran because of Trump's will. And he showed a big pair of balls, and others want to follow that lead. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that want to pretend that what Trump is doing with Iran is the same as what Putin did with Ukraine. And that is not the case, and that will never be the case. But But I think that people want to not have to sit on their hands. They want to be able to be proud of their country and defend their country. And they're tired of being pressured to bow down to these theocracies, and to be scared, to walk on eggshells, so these crazy lunatic terrorists don't terrorize their countries. Because the fact is that there are terrorists now in France. They're in all the countries. They've been radicalized, and they're in all the countries. So we have sleeper cells everywhere, and everybody understands that, and they have to be ready to put them down. And I think that's why we're going to see movement, and this conflict is going to end, and it's going to end very well, and we're going to see a very peaceful time ahead of us. And I think Putin is going to crumble. I think he's just going to crumble. I think he's got no choice, and I just don't. That's how I feel. I wish that Elon could somehow get Starlink into Russia, so that Russian people could see what's really going on in the world, because they only get fed, state TV and propaganda. All Congress members and senators need to be audited. Well, they need to be challenged. Listening to this, they hire people to conduct the mandatory U.S. Census, knocking on doors and calling citizens that haven't filled them out. Wouldn't hiring people to assist with obtaining voter IDs solve this issue? You know what, Corey? You are right. 100% you are right. You are right. There are so many ways to solve the issue of I can't get, the documents. So many ways. We just need to have the guts and gumption to get to those ways. The people have to get involved by getting involved in your neighborhood board meeting and town hall meetings, even your school board. I agree with that. I've always been one to say get involved. But right now, also, if you have an extra 10, I know that gas is high. As soon as it comes down, $10, $20, give it to Make America Great Again, Inc. Don't give it to WinRed. Don't give it to the RNC, because I don't trust Johnson and those. Give it to Trump's PAC. Let's get the right people in office. Know who your representative is from city council on up. I think Santillian, you're absolutely right. And most of the people I think that are here are a little active in politics, but if they're not, I would really recommend that you reach out to Robert Santillian and pick his brain a little bit, and get a little guidance, and a little like wind beneath your wings, and a little fire under your ass, because we have to do this together. We have to do this together. Some of us can't door knock. We're too old, our knees or whatever. Some of us, can't make phone calls or whatever. There's always something that can be done. Reposting things, making sure that you like things, making sure, every time you like a post that makes sense to you, it ups the algorithm. Every time you repost it, it ups the algorithm. If you repost it with a comment, it ups the algorithm. So that's where, if the mainstream news media isn't going to do it for us, then we should do it for ourselves, and we can do it this way. Let's see. Grassroots, 100% grassroots. All right. I think that I've talked long enough, and I know I've been hyperactive. I had coffee. I had like a lot of iced coffee today. But I can't. My ass is burned. And honestly, really, if anybody wants to run as a blank, as an independent, call me. I will help you. I will consult for free, and I'll tell you what you got to do. Let's just get rid of these pieces of shit. I'm just tired. I truly believe, blue or red, it doesn't matter. If you run a blank, in this election, who makes sense and is in it for the right reasons, I think that people will vote for them, because I think that people are just fed up with both the Republicans and Democrats. I know I am. I sure am. And that's the only way to change your party. The Democrats need to take their party back, and the Republicans need to take our party back. It's just plain and simple. Thank you, Robert. We can't just complain about it. We got to take it back. We got to, and if it's going to take running people on a nonpartisan line to take our party back, then that's how you shake it up. That's how you shake it up. Because I don't think that people identify with either party anymore. I think the left has gone to left, and I think the right has gone to right. I think the right has gone to DC. That's what I think. I'm done with it. All right. I do have one more day this week, so I will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thank you, everybody. Love you all, and grassroots.